Hey guys, Chris Senior here, back from CNH Smallings again for another informative review video. What we got in front of me here today is a Husqvarna branded straight shaft string trimmer here. This is a Husqvarna 128Ld and has the E-Tech logo on the back on here as well too. This machine, I believe it's a 2013, because this is actually my second cousin's machine on my father's side, and he brought it over here along with his lawnmower, and he said this thing was sitting for a few months, and I wasn't starting for him after that, and we had to check it out over here for him. And we found out the machine needed a new carburetor on here for that, and I also need the new fuel lines, and the tank need to be cleaned out as well too on here. The carburetors on these machines, they typically run for about I say about 30 bucks on here, guys, so it's relatively cheap if you want to do it yourself here for that. Plus you also needed new fuel lines on here as well too, so let me go ahead and show you that as well on here to the side. We got brand new, you probably can barely see them down there, but you see wiggles a little bit here, but you can see the we want to call fluorescent yellow-green Tygon lines we put on here. We only use Tygon on here specifically because it's a quality fuel line, and it's not cheap Chinese garbage out there for that. So we do recommend that if you're going to do it yourself. Don't go up to Walmart or one of the other automotive parts stores like Twilight Zone or Advanced Auto and stuff like that, buying like a fuel line kit, because they do sell that stuff up there. So do not buy that real cheap clear Chinese made stuff out there, because it simply will not last. This machine overall runs great. The compression is about 145 in there right now. We actually checked it here this morning when it was cold, after we put the carburetor on it and prior to starting it up on here. He also did have some kind of like black, I don't know what it was, like black silt or something at the bottom of the actual tank here. We had to clean the tank out about 3 or 4 times in order to clean it all out of there because of the crap down inside there. One thing I can tell you, if you want to get your tank cleaned out in a relatively quick amount of time, get a couple balls of brake cleaner, guys, and just spray it down inside pretty liberally in there. And usually brake cleaner busts up any kind of debris or particulates relatively quickly inside your tank if you want to get your tank you know, spick and span clean as fast and as quick as humanly possible out there for that. Plus if you get the green brake clean can that they sell down at Advanced down there, it dries up pretty quickly, so you don't have to worry about just like leaving it sitting there for any kind of long-term time, because you do not want to have brake clean get sucked up in your carburetor and your engine burning it and for the actual mix. So do not leave it in the actual gas tank prior to starting the machine up again after that. This machine, as I said before, I think it's about a 2013, because that's what he told me it was originally. So I'll give you a shot of the actual engine bottom here as well too. Okay, here we go. Here's the SKU. Think of it as an SKU number of 952 711953 128 LD right there specifically. And on the emissions thing right here, it says it meets the 2016 emissions calibrations for the EPA of California. Has the emissions compliance period of 125 on here as well too, and that's basically everything it has for these specific emissions calibration and stuff like that. So it's 128, L as in lion, D as in dog. That's the Husqvarna. And give you a shot of the actual boom controls down here as well too. Let me flip this thing around here for you guys. Okay, here you go. You have your standard safety mechanism right here for the engagement of the throttle right here. Plus you also have your on and off switch right here as well too. You have your handle right here to hold it, and you also have your combi attachment right here if you have extra or optional attachments you want to put on your machine right here. They do make optional attachments like hedge clippers and edgers and stuff like that for that. And here's also the front of the boom head down here, your actual cutting head. So what it looks like right here, just spin this thing over here, that's what it looks like. You have your tube right here for your grease, or I should say your bolt hole here for your grease. So if you want to repack it with some new grease, you can do that. And let me flip it over on the side, you can see the side. And there's your bump head on this one right here. It's getting pretty worn on here right now, so he's probably gonna have to replace that thing maybe next year sometime. So this has a dual line I think this is a 90. It's probably a 90 or 80. It looks like it might be about a 90 on here. Thread. I don't have my calipers right now to double check it, but it looks like it might be a 90 actual string trimmer line on here for that. So that's everything I can show you on there for that specifically. Let me flip it around here, get another side shot. There's the side shot of it, or I should say straight on. Sorry about that. Let me flip it around here. You can see the back of the recoil unit as well too. Okay, there you go right there. This model has the incredible style of recoil unit on here. I personally do not like it because of that one specific fact, because these things are a known problem, especially on the actual Sears model, because Sears, if most people are aware of, Sears also has the incredible design. What it basically does is you have two recoil springs. One is the primary recoil spring to engage on the flywheel. Then you have a secondary one that's supposed to act as a lever or a mechanism in order to bump up the actual pulling power whenever you're pulling the thing over, so it's supposed to start supposedly easier. However, we have found in our past experience over here that design is flawed, and it tends to break a lot sooner and earlier rather than the older proven design that only has one recoil spring in there for that. So I do not personally like the incredible system out there. That's my own personal opinion and fact. But if you want to buy one, you can go ahead and do it. But it's always good to be informed of your purchase prior to buying something of that type. So this is the 128Ld E-Tech Husqvarna machine. I'll go ahead and fire this thing up here for you so you can see it actually running here, and we'll give you a demonstration of it actually running as it should, with a brand new carburetor, fuel system cleaned out, new intake gasket, everything else like that for that. So bear with me here for a couple seconds while I start up, guys. Okay, here we go, guys. It's running now. You zoom out on here and me gunning up here for you. It runs great. So that's everything we got here for the video. So if you have any comments, questions, whatnot, feel free to somebody drop me a message, and we'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. I'll see you guys.